Hey guys, this is Ubercuber, and this video is going to be my Q&A that was supposed to come out like a long time ago. And also I have an AO50 in the background because this is the last episode of Road to Sub 11, and the AO50 is 1076. Hope you enjoy that, so let's just get right into the Q&A. The first question comes from TCD Hugo. Sorry if I mispronounce any of these. His question was, why did I start cubing? I'll take that as who got me into cubing. My friend could solve it at school, and it was really cool, so I learned how to solve it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Abdullah Islam asks, who was your inspiration when you first started cubing? I think it was like Cubix and JRCuber. ADCuber asks, which cube is your main? If you're talking about 3x3, that is the YuXin 3x3 currently with Maru soft springs. Elena Martinez asked, how do you solve the last layer of a 4x4? Same way you solve a last layer of a 3x3. Andrew Z or Zai or something, he says, what would you rather be, world record good at one event or decent at all events? I think I'd like to be not world record good, but really close to it good at one event and then pretty decent at all the other events. Arrow Cubing has 10 questions, and there's only one that either I haven't answered yet and makes sense. So I'm going to answer that one. He says, what are all your mains for the WCA puzzles? The ones, I'll just do all the ones that I have. Megaminx, Shangshao, Pyraminx, and Scube, Moyu. YuXin for 4x4, 3x3, YuXin with soft springs, 2x2, Moyu, Lingpo, 5x5, Moyu, Huachwang, 6x6 and 7x7, Shangshao, and one-handed is Mini Weilong. Bao Sun says, do you have any sort of goals or motivations when you cube? Yeah, it's mostly just fun for me, but I also like being challenged by my friends at competitions and trying to be faster than them. And when they're faster than me, that motivates me to practice more. Bloby says, when is your birthday? It's on the day when I was born. Cubing Ninja says, what's the music in the end of the video? I think it's Panda by Itro. And he also says, what was your first speed cube? A stickerless Diane Zanchi. Chess M asks, how long did it take you to be sub 20? About 3 months, I think, 3.5 months. What did I do? I learned full PLL and Tulip OLL, and I just practiced a bit. Why is the contest lasting for more than 1 month? Because I thought that people would keep interest in it, and that did not turn out well, so the next contest will not be that long. Crazy Cuber asks, how much time did it take you to get sub 15? I think it was around 6 months. Cube Ops asked, if someone made a really high quality sticker mod, what is the most you would spend to buy it? I don't really like sticker mod, I just prefer to get, normal cubes. Sorry. Cube Smitty says, what timing software do you use? I usually use Chow Timer on my iPad. Cubetastic Mushrooms asked 2 questions. One was, what's your main event? I'd say that's either 3x3 or Scube. How long have I been cubing? Pretty much 1 year, exactly, maybe slightly over. Actually, I think maybe 1 year and a few weeks. Bailey Hannamure says, if you could buy any cubing company, which company would it be? Definitely Moyu, because they're so successful. 360 Cuber says, what's your favorite TV show? Probably Castle. I like that show. Cubing is Awesome says, what is your favorite movie? I think probably Life of Pi. I really like that movie. Cubing with Chris asked, what is your best place in a competition? Probably I got 5th in 3x3 finals at Virginia Open 2015, and I also got 5th in Scube at River Hill, but I've failed in Scube pretty much every single time I've competed. Eyeballs211 asks, what is the largest cube you own? The Shangshou 7x7. Dandy Q says, what do you think of other methods? I'd say ZZ would be nice for one-handed, because, after the EO, you don't have to rotate at all, so I think that's pretty awesome. He also says, were you inspired by Cubix? Initially I was, now I'm more inspired by QuiCubes. And lastly, who's your favorite YouTuber of anything? I'd say either Vsauce or Jax Films. Solar Cubing says, what was your first Moyu cube? I think it was the Aosu. And by the way, excellent spelling of first. Funny Clips says, at what time do you start learning full PLL and OLL? I'm not sure about OLL, I think it might have been about 14 or 15 seconds, but PLL was around 25 to 26 seconds. #Cuber asked if you could take any event out, which one would it be? Probably clock. Secondary says, are you Illuminati? Joe Tan said, I average about 18 seconds. Any tips for getting down to sub 15? I learned all the PLLs and have to work on execution of them, and also improve my cross to F12 transition and look ahead. I'd say if you know all the PLLs, getting down to sub 15 is just practice. Look ahead, you can do some practice techniques that Colin shows on his channel. Those are pretty good. And also it just improves with practice. You don't have to specifically practice look ahead necessarily. Cross to F2L transition, it can be good to track some pieces. I'd say that's probably the best thing to work on, but you could also leave that for later because that's a little more advanced. You don't have to specifically work on execution of PLLs, that just comes with practice. Logan Wanacott asked me to list my events from least favorite to most favorite. I'd say that's probably Pira, Mega, 7x7, 6x6, 4x4, 5x5, and then these last three I love them all pretty much equally. Scube, one-handed, and 3x3. Multiple people asked what shades I have in my cube. White, fluorescent yellow, fluorescent blue, fluorescent green, fluorescent orange, and regular red. Noah Davis asks, what is your favorite cube brand and favorite cube they make? Probably Moyu, even though I'm using the YuXin 3x3 as my main, because I really like their Huachuang and Mini Weilong. I'd say those are my favorites because that's my main for 5x5 and one-handed. Oliver Fritz says, what was the most unexpected of all of your official results? Probably when I got my PB average 5 and one-handed. What was the most disappointing? I got a 5.2 average in 2x2 at Virginia or something. That was just terrible. Origami Katakana asks, what is your favorite WCA event? Which is my favorite puzzle. I really like solving 3x3 one-handed. I just think it's really fun. Paris Dorn asks, what is the most valuable cube in your collection? Yes, it is my modded Landlands cube. That was her guess. Parker S says, if you have any, could you show or tell some F2L algorithms that are helpful and help you improve? I think a lot of the ones on Cubing World, especially Colin's videos, are really helpful, and those are probably the ones that help me improve the most. Purely Awesome Cuber asks, do you think Diane will ever come out with a new 3x3? If so, do you think it will surpass Moyu's cubes? Well, I didn't think so at first when I read this comment, but then the Diane Pyraminx came out, so I'm not sure if they will. But if they do, I don't think it'll surpass the new 3x3s. Not just Moyu, but all the new companies in general. Christian Pans says, how can slower cubers improve on F2L? Just practice, really. That's pretty much it. Maybe slow solves. SM Cuber says, Moyu is coming out with a Megaminx. Do you think it will beat the Diane? I haven't tried the Diane, but I've heard it's pretty good, and Moyu does really well with a lot of events, so I'd say, yeah, it's probably going to be better than that. Sparsh Elawadi asks, yeah, who's your favorite YouTube cuber? Probably Kui Cubes. And also, who's your favorite among Felix, Mats, and Kevin? Probably Felix. Spear Likes Cricket 23 asked, what do you think about Moyu, considering making a clock? I think that it might be better than some of the clocks, so I've heard the only good one is Rubik's, and those are like really expensive or something. But I'm not that much into clock, or I'm not into clock at all, I don't even have one, but yeah, so I don't really care that much. Praetorian Cuber says, what company, if offered, I think he means, would you be the most willing to have sponsor you? I think that's a tie between Cubes for Speed and the Cubicle. The Cubicle has my favorite sticker shades and better customer service in my opinion, but because they respond to emails quicker. But Cubes for Speed has slightly cheaper prices, but I guess if I was sponsored, cheaper prices wouldn't matter, so probably the Cubicle. Taco Cubes asked, are competitions better with music over the sound system? I think they are. Virginia Open had that, and I thought it was really cool. Tiki Gaming says, what was your PB when you went to your first competition? If you mean the best solve at the competition, this was Nationals 2014. I got a 19. That was my best solve. I actually broke my PB non-official at Nationals with a 15, so that was cool. Now it's time for a question of the day. This comes from Sio the Nub, and he says, if Chris Olson could ask one masterpiece question, what would it be? Well, the question would be, why can't I get a sub 9 average in competition? And then I have someone else who's going to give the answer to that question. Okay guys, that's it for this Q&A. If your question didn't get answered, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer it down there. Also, I only have a couple more videos before Nationals so that I can get enough practice time in. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.